Alright, hey gang. We got a small issue with the 56 Chevy we're going to dive into today. Figured I'd let you join me so you can see what I got going on. So the other day I was getting ready to go for a cruise, and of course, like usual, the first thing I want to do is check the oil. And I do that at least once a week, so come over here, pull out the dipstick, and the dipstick broke in half. So there's a couple issues with that. Obviously I can't check the oil, which is a big one. Secondly, if the dipstick bottom half was to make its way down inside the crankcase of the engine, there's a chance it could make some contact with the crankshaft and it could cause some problems. It could scratch up the crank. It could, at the very least, cause some metal fragments or shavings to get down in the engine and then circulate their way through. So all of which is no good. So survey says we're in trouble because the piece ain't in there. So that means we got to go fishing. Alright, so the first thing we're going to try to do is we're going to come down in there with our fiber optic camera, and we are going to see if we can look down inside the hole in the engine block and see the end of that dipstick. Okay, I'm back. We had to take a short break because when I went to use my camera here, I realized that it says no camera. And I'm hoping that just means the batteries are low. I don't use this thing a whole lot anymore. Hopefully it's not broken. We're gonna find out. So I went into the house to grab some batteries. This happens to take AA batteries, and we were out. So I ran to Dollar Tree for no other reason than it was the closest store to me. And they had an 8-pack of Energizer batteries for $8.50, which was probably too much, but whatever, it was close. But for an experiment, I figured, what the heck? Let's try these dollar store super heavy duty batteries. This 8-pack right here, which I will say is significantly lighter for some reason, was $1.50. 8 batteries. We're gonna try these first. It's an experiment. I don't expect much out of these, but what the heck. I'm assuming this thing sucks down some juice because it runs a little LCD screen and a camera. These are incredibly light. Let's see if it turns on. Oh, it does. Uh-oh. That's not good. We might have an actual problem here. For now, I gotta show you another sweet deal I found. While I was at the dollar store, I made an impulse buy. Walked by a whole rack of sunglasses there, and they were $1.50. You can't buy a candy bar for $1.50 these days. And I like buying cheap sunglasses because I often lose them or break them. So for $1.50, I'll leave these right on the old dash of the 56. And if I'm being honest, I don't hate them. For $1.50, come on. Plus a tariff. I guess the tariffs didn't affect dollar store sunglasses. And I guarantee you, they're not made in Ohio. Alright, backup plan, and something cool I wanted to show you anyways. My fiber optic camera's broken. I bought this off Temu or Temu or whatever that cheap Chinese website is here, probably a year ago, just because it was so cheap I had to try it. This is an old phone that I don't use anymore, so it'd be good for demo. Check this out. I'm going to open up the endoscope app called Camera FI that you have to download when you buy this thing off Temu. And all I do is plug it into the charge port. It's a USB-C, but it does come with all these adapters for other styles like regular USB, micro USB, no iPhone, but whatever. But check this out. This is not bad. Whoops. Anyways, guys, this ain't bad. This thing was under $20. And in a pinch, you know what? It's going to work for what we need to do. So we're going to use this today. to see if we can see that dipstick tube down inside the 56. Let's go check it out. It does have a little dial on the side here for brightness, which is kind of cool. I will say the connection keeps going out, so I'm not 100% excited about that. Whatever. It is super cheap and it works. Which is right there. Hopefully you can see that. What I'd like to do is fish it right in there. Alright, I've got it started in the dipstick hole, and I'm gonna run it right down in there. Worst case scenario, I'm out 20 bucks. Let's see if we can find this dipstick. Oh, that looks like oil. Yep, that's oil. I don't really want to run the camera in the oil. I almost think I see the shimmer of the dipstick laying down there in the bottom. I guess we're not going to have a whole lot of choice other than to pull the pan. Uh-oh. Now I'm stuck in the hole. There we go. But anyway, this little camera here for 15 bucks. I'm not mad at it. It's not bad. Anyways, join me again later. We'll get ready to pull the pan off this old 56.